When we think of the first human civilizations, we usually picture monuments to massive egos, godlike kings forcing thousands of laborers to build tombs that touch the sky. These familiar early societies operated on a predictable model. A ruler raised an army, conquered their neighbors, and squeezed the working class to fund their absolute power. But this map shows the footprint of the Indus Valley Civilization, which thrived from 2600 to 1900 BCE. When you overlay the territories of ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia, you can see it was significantly larger than both of them combined. When archaeologists began excavating this territory in the 1920s, they found a society of up to 5 million people, but they couldn't find a single giant palace. There were no fortresses, no standing armies, and no towering monuments to dictators. A highly organized society existed for centuries without using violent force to control its people. The question is how they managed to hold a massive empire together without a single absolute ruler. Instead of funneling their wealth into monuments for the elite, the Indus Valley channeled its labor into the streets. They engineered entire cities on strict grid patterns, building multi-story, baked brick houses for regular citizens. They also created the world's first urban sanitation systems. Nearly every home had access to its own well, a designated bathing room, and a network of covered drains running right alongside the streets to carry waste away. Their most prominent public structure was the Great Bath at Mohenjo-Daro, a sophisticated waterproof basin with descending staircases, likely used for community hygiene or ritual purification. The physical layout of these cities reveals a society focused heavily on public health. Rather than concentrating wealth at the very top, their resources went toward building infrastructure that benefited the collective. Without a standing army to enforce the law, keeping millions of people aligned across a sprawling territory required a different kind of control. They found it in metrology, the science of precise measurement. This diagram breaks down their obsessive level of uniformity. Every baked brick in the civilization was forged to the exact same dimensional ratio. Their decimal-based weight system was identical from city to city, featuring carved stone blocks that followed a strict 5-2-1 sequence. This allowed them to measure weights with an accuracy down to 1.704 millimeters. That extreme standardization removed the friction from commerce. It allowed an agricultural society to scale up into a wealthy trading network, eventually launching maritime routes that reached all the way to Mesopotamia. To track all these goods, merchants used steatite seals. They carved them with distinct animal figures and an advanced writing system that researchers still cannot decipher today. The Indus Valley held its territory together by making it incredibly profitable and efficient to participate in their system. Their power came from the strong gravitational pull of reliable commerce and civic cooperation. Archaeologists have recovered thousands of female terracotta figurines across these sites, many depicting a mother goddess. This recurring religious icon points toward a society with deep matriarchal roots, likely governed as a theocracy led by a class of priests. You can see their values reflected in what they chose to sculpt. Instead of colossal statues designed to intimidate, their art is human scale and serene. This figure, known as the Priest King, is carved with quiet, calm details. Their mastery of metallurgy extended beyond tools to figures like the bronze dancing girl. She stands in a relaxed posture, capturing an ordinary, confident moment rather than a rigid display of dominance. Because we cannot read their script, the exact laws and daily operations of their society stay hidden, yet the art they left behind clearly shows a people who valued nuanced cultural expression over military conquest. For decades, historians assumed this peaceful civilization was ultimately destroyed by an invasion of violent horse-riding tribes, but the archaeological record shows no evidence of a sudden, bloody conquest. This map illustrates the real cause of their collapse. Around 1900 BCE, global monsoon patterns began to shift. The consistent rains that watered their crops started moving steadily southward, plunging the northern territory into a severe mega-drought. As the rains failed, the critical Gagar-Hakra river system slowly dried up. Without water to sustain their highly tuned agricultural network, the the cities could no longer feed their populations. People abandoned the urban centers and migrated eastward toward the Ganges Basin. It is a harsh reality that even the most brilliantly engineered societies are bound by their environment. A prolonged lack of water simply broke what no invading army ever could. The agricultural practices, arts, and early religious symbols of the Indus Valley survived through mass migration, directly shaping the cultural foundations of later South Asian history. Their 4 centuries of stability remain a powerful proof of concept for humanity. They proved that it is entirely possible to build a sprawling, prosperous, highly advanced society on the pillars of trade, public health, and civic cooperation, thriving for generations without ever bowing to the bloody whims of an absolute dictator.